So hi guys, welcome back to the grand finale of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. What a tournament we have had. A couple of days break before this, two superb semi-finals we saw. England almost defeating India. They're chasing down 254 runs. They just lost by a minuscule margin of 7 runs there, and that is why India are here in this final taking on New Zealand at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. We're hoping for a cracker of a final, no doubt about that. India chasing their third T20 World Cup title and also trying to defend their T20 World Cup at home. New Zealand, on the other hand, chasing their maiden T20 World Cup title in men's cricket. Obviously, they are the women's T20 champions and they are looking to make it the women's T20 champions and men's T20 champions at the same time if New Zealand can win this final. New Zealand have won the toss and elected to bowl first. Kind of a surprising decision probably, but maybe if the dew comes into play, maybe it might assist the chasing team. But New Zealand have won the toss, elected to bowl first. But as I said in the semi-final, this can be a good decision as well as a bad decision. Depends on how the game pans out, because we all know the brand of cricket that India are playing these days. It becomes very, very hard to stop the Indian team when they get going. New Zealand have made one change today. Cole McConkie has been dropped and Jacob Duffy comes into the playing 11 for Cole McConkie. Very surprising decision once again, because Cole McConkie would have offered that batting depth. Jacob Duffy has been very expensive, particularly in Indian conditions, in batting friendly conditions. And I don't know what kind of a change that is from New Zealand. India, though, they are going in with an unchanged playing 11 from their previous defeat, from their previous victory against England. So everything on the line here. Can New Zealand create history here? Can they do what the Australians did against India in 2023? They're playing in Ahmedabad, the same venue in which Australia won the World Cup in 2023 as well, the Men's ODI World Cup. Can New Zealand do a similar kind of thing? They've taken a similar kind of a decision at the toss, actually, winning the toss and electing to bowl first. Obviously, you can chase down totals in Ahmedabad because we have seen it, like once the dew comes in, it assists the chasing teams. But as I said, it can be a good decision as well as a bad decision, because we saw in the match against England, even we thought in that game that chasing teams would get assistance, but India went on to score 253. So the brand of cricket which India plays, it really puts the oppositions under a lot of pressure, no doubt about that. And particularly when you put them into bat after winning the toss. The only game which India have lost in this tournament has come when they were chasing. But on the other hand, though, New Zealand have won all their games while chasing in this tournament. The two matches that New Zealand lost came while defending totals. So they will also be thinking that, okay, maybe our strength is to chase down totals. So maybe we can chase down a total today. India's strength, though, is to bat first and just outbat the opposition like how they have been doing in the last few matches. So Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson are opening the batting for India. Matt Henry is opening the bowling for New Zealand. Another big day, another big final. Packed stadium in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad was being said as curse for India in ICC tournaments. So can India break that curse and win a World Cup at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad is what we have to see. So Sanju Samson will be on strike, played 2 match-winning knocks against England and West Indies. Clutch knocks from him. He has been in really good form. Abhishek Sharma has struggled for form in this tournament. He will be looking to come good as well with the bat. We are seconds away from starting this grand finale here. All in readiness at the moment. Let's play. Firecrackers go up, and Matt Henry is going to be bowling the first ball of the grand finale. Sanju Samson is on strike. Here we go. First ball of the final. It's on the stumps. Samson defends it back to the bowler. Dot ball to start from Matt Henry. It'll test some nerves today, that is for sure. Pressure of a final is always there. It all depends on India's batting performance today. New Zealand need to bowl well because surely the Indian batters will look to go after the bowling. Very aggressive batters. Oh, appeal for LBW straight away. Umpire says not out. Are they going to go upstairs? Mitchell Santner having a discussion. Is he going to go for it? I think they are going for it, are they? Or was there any bat involved in that? Straight away some inward movement there, maybe sliding down the leg side. They have not gone for the review. There was some bat involved there, bat and pad, third ball. And that's defended again by Samson towards point. Another dot ball from Matt Henry. So 3 dot balls to start. It's a deep batting lineup as usual for India. Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Tilak Verma, Shivam Dubey. Everyone are match winners on their given day. It's full again. Sanju Samson drives it down the ground to mid-on. Straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. So really good start here from Matt Henry. 4 dot balls to start. The decision to bring in Jacob Duffy today, will it work for New Zealand? McConkie was the bowler who provided them the breakthroughs in their previous match in the semi-final. And now Samson goes over the top, over mid-on, and that's the first boundary. In fact, it's gone all the way, has it? It's gone all the way for 6. First 6 of the final, and it comes on the bat of Sanju Samson. What clean striking he has been doing in the last couple of matches. And picks up his first 6 in this innings, gets off the mark with the maximum. This time it's a full delivery, defended down the ground to mid-on, and Sanju Samson picks up another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and India are now 7 without loss after 1 over. I think Jacob Duffy will bowl the second over for New Zealand. Indian batters will come hard at New Zealand now. Wow, what a bowling change this is. Glenn Phillips is the new bowler into the attack here for New Zealand. Going to be bowling the second over. What a brave decision. What a gutsy decision actually, to give Glenn Phillips the new ball. They could have given it to Cole McConkie actually. Looking to pick up some early breakthroughs. More importantly, Sanju Samson's wicket will be very, very important, because the last 2 matches he has been the batter who has been doing the damage. So here's Glenn Phillips with the second over. Quicker delivery. Sanju Samson punches it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Abhishek Sharma is back on strike. Looks like a good batting wicket this. Many people were hopeful that maybe Abhishek Sharma can come good in this final after a pretty mediocre tournament. Hasn't contributed much with the bat. Apart from that half century against Zimbabwe, he has been a little out of sorts. Glenn Phillips coming around the wicket. It's driven away again by Abhishek Sharma, straight to covers. Another dot ball. Third ball of the over. It's defended again by Abhishek Sharma. It's another dot ball here. A good start to this over here from Glenn Phillips. Single and 2 dot balls. A very gutsy decision. If Cole McConkie had been there, he might have bowled this over. They went with Jacob Duffy, trusting Glenn Phillips with the new ball. Quicker delivery, and Abhishek Sharma hits it down the ground to long off and gets off the mark with a single. Sanju Samson is back on strike. It's another quicker ball. Sanju Samson punches it down the ground to long on. Picks up another single. Excellent over this. Just 3 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. Slow start today from India. They got off to an aggressive start against England in the previous game in Wankhede. Last ball of the over coming up. Around the wicket from Glenn Phillips. And it's driven away by Abhishek Sharma down the ground. Long off coming around. Oh, brilliant fielding. Absolutely brilliant fielding there from, I think, Daryl Mitchell, the fielder at long off. And Abhishek Sharma picks up another couple of runs to finish the over. So really good over from Glenn Phillips actually. Just 5 runs came from that over. And India are now 12 without loss after 2 overs. Just 1/6 so far in the first 2 overs. Kind of a circumspect start. Although Sanju Samson will look to play his shots, he has been the danger man for India the last couple of matches. He has really upped his game, played some crucial knocks. Scored 89 against England and 97 against West Indies. Unfortunately, the century has been eluding him, but he has really created a lot of impact. Jacob Duffy now is the new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. Going to be bowling the 3rd over. Brought into the team today for the big final in place of Cole McConkie. A very, very brave decision. Here's Jacob Duffy. New Zealand are a team known to make some brave decisions. That's flicked away by Sanju Samson towards mid-wicket and picks up another single to start the over. And you want to win big tournaments like this, you want to make some brave decisions. Being brave is very, very important because these are all high pressure matches, high pressure tournaments, no doubt about that. India have never beaten New Zealand in a men's T20 World Cup match till now. So New Zealand can have a good chance of maintaining that record and also clinching their first World Cup title. They haven't won a World Cup till now in men's cricket. They won the World Test Championship in 2021, but unfortunately the World Cups have always been eluding them. That's a wide from Duffy. Has to reload that one again, given as a wide by the umpire. In women's cricket, New Zealand have won both the women's World Cups once. But in men's cricket though, still searching for the elusive World Cup title. Second ball of the over coming up. That's gone over mid-on again, and that'll run away for 4, will it? Yes, it will. The first boundary here for Abhishek Sharma. Just clearing mid-on there, and he picks up his first boundary. Jacob Duffy needs to be careful here. He goes again in the air, down the ground, and that's another 4. Back-to-back boundaries from Abhishek Sharma. Is this his day today? Two glorious shots in the slot once again from Jacob Duffy. And Abhishek Sharma hitting it through the line. Picks up another boundary. This time it's short, it's pulled away, just short of that field red deep mid wicket. And Abhishek Sharma picks up another single. Already a good over for India here. 11 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left. Sanju Samson back on strike. Just short of that field red deep mid wicket there. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Sanju Samson is back on strike. Oh, that's short again. A little bit of an inside edge. Pulls it away towards short mid wicket. Another dot ball from Jacob Duffy. The current run rate now 8.12. A brave decision to bowl first actually. New Zealand had a good opportunity to bat first and probably bat out India, maybe. They didn't do that. That's straight back down the ground. Maybe Duffy got a little bit of a hand on it, but that's raced away across to the fence for another boundary to finish the over. So an expensive over from Jacob Duffy there. 15 runs came from that over, and India are now 27 without loss after 3 overs. Well, Jacob Duffy has been very expensive in Indian conditions. A very brave move to bring him into the playing 11 today in place of Cole McConkie. Maybe they could have brought him into the playing 11 in place of Jimmy Neesham. Maybe that could have also helped. But they didn't do that. They're going in with 3 pacers today, New Zealand. Lockie Ferguson, Matt Henry and Jacob Duffy are their pacers. Duffy has been the most vulnerable pacer, unfortunately, for them. The Lockie Ferguson now is the new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. They need some early breakthroughs here, otherwise these 2 batters are surely going to go hard. Abhishek Sharma on strike. Here's Lockie Ferguson over the wicket to Abhishek Sharma. And on the wicket, edged over the keeper, 1 bounce 4. This is exactly what the Indian batters will do in these conditions. Again advancing down the wicket, you get value for your shots. It's flown over the keeper and into the boundary for 4 to start the over. And Abhishek goes again, high and handsome for 6. What a way to greet Lockie Ferguson to the crease. A 4 and a 6 from Abhishek Sharma, moves to 22 now from just 9 balls. Many people anticipated that this could be his day today, and he's really starting to look dangerous now. This time back of the length, Abhishek Sharma guides it towards point and picks up another single. This is exactly the issue actually when you're bowling to these Indian batters, so powerful actually. New Zealand searching for breakthroughs here. Sanju Samson is back on strike. that's wide down the leg side. Lockie Ferguson has to reload that one again. Not a great start from Lockie Ferguson here. Very expensive. Already 12 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. Looks like a very good batting wicket once again. We saw even in the previous game in Wankhede where it's a really good batting conditions. Will India go for 250 once again? I'm not quite sure. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, he goes for the big shot. It's up in the air though. Fielder, it's gone all the way. Has to watch as the ball sails over deep point. He was looking to go leg side there. Sanju Samson has taken the leading edge. It's flown over deep point for another maximum. What an over this is turning out to be. 18 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left. That's another wide down the leg side. This is not looking good as far as Lockie Ferguson is concerned. Has to reload that one again. India once again as usual. Their aggressive batting style, their aggressive brand of cricket coming to the fore once again in this final. It's been so hard, isn't it, for many of the teams to contain this Indian batting lineup. It's been so hard. They are coming at you every time. Another wide. 3rd wide in this over. What has happened here to Lockie Ferguson? 20 runs from the first 4 balls in this over. And the Indian fans up on their feet. It's been so hard to contain this Indian batting lineup. There's no doubt about that. Overwhelming favourites in their own home conditions. Needs something special to win against this Indian team. Has driven this time straight to point. Another dot ball. It's an expensive over already from Lockie Ferguson. Already signs that this is a really good batting wicket. Really good batting wicket. We have seen Indian bowlers also struggle in their previous game while defending 254 they were defending. Almost lost it. So in batting friendly conditions, even their bowlers have been found wanting. That's flicked away past fine leg for 4. The ball is flowing everywhere here. Another boundary to finish the over. Another very expensive over from Lockie Ferguson. 24 runs came from that over. And India, 50 comes up for India here. And India are now 51 without loss after 4 overs. Well, New Zealand, they have not started well here. First 4 overs, 51 runs, already setting the tone. The Indian batters winning the toss, opting to bowl first against this Indian team. Always turns out to be a tricky decision when it comes to playing in Indian conditions, particularly in these kind of batting friendly conditions, because this is the problem. And both the batters come after the bowlers. Matt Henry now into his 2nd over, back into the attack. That's too wide. Too wide from Matt Henry. There are too many extras already from the New Zealand bowlers. Matt Henry has to reload that one again. So Matt Henry setting the fields here. Ball number 1 again in this over. Another wide. What is happening here with the New Zealand bowlers? Again, back-to-back wides to start this over. You need to bowl correct lines and lengths here. We already saw 3 wides in the previous over. Now again 2 wides to start this over. There's one way of saying this: if you bowl a wide, batters won't hit you for a boundary or a 6. But the wides cost you extra ball and extra runs. Let's cut away again by Abhishek Sharma towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single. Sanju Samson is back on strike. It will be 3 ICC tournament wins in a row. 3 white ball ICC tournament wins in a row for India if they manage to win this. That is some domination in white ball cricket. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024 winners, the ICC Champions Trophy 2025 winners, and now again the Men's T20 World Cup 2026. The way they have started here, it's not looking good for New Zealand already. Sanju Samson on strike. Another wide. What is happening here? 3 wides in this over once again. Have the New Zealand bowlers decided, you know what, you're not going to bowl it on the stumps. You bowl it on the stumps, there's a risk of going for boundaries, so might as well bowl wides. Have they forgotten that the wides cost extra runs as well? 6 extras in the last couple of overs by the New Zealand bowlers already. Not up to the mark. Straight away India have started brightly. That's pulled away again by Samson. 1 bounce to deep mid wicket. Picks up another single. Abhishek Sharma is back on strike. IPL experience helping this Indian team a lot in these conditions. There's no doubt about that. There's another wide. Oh my God, Matt Henry. 4 wides in this over. You need to just bowl it on the stumps. Only 2 balls have been bowled and already 6 runs have been conceded because of 4 wides. What is happening here to New Zealand at the moment? And he goes big again, Abhishek Sharma. It's gone all the way for 6. Cannot stop these batters here. In the slot that time from Abhishek Sharma, in the slot from Matt Henry, and Abhishek Sharma once again a superb shot down the ground. Moves to 30 from just 12 balls, coming good on the big day, big finals. This time it's a full toss driven down the ground to mid-off, and Abhishek Sharma picks up another single. What a start this is for India here. 4.4 overs, 64 without loss. A typical aggressive brand of cricket once again. We saw this in the previous match as well against England. Again seeing it again here in the big final as well. For Indian team, it doesn't matter whether it's a final, whether it's a bilateral series, whether it's a semi-final. They are only going to play one way, and that is aggressively. Pulled away again by Samson, down to deep mid-wicket. Good fielding at deep mid-wicket. They'll pick up another couple of runs. This has been such a long over from Matt Henry. 4 wides and 14 runs from this over already. Still 2 balls left. So still 1 ball left. In fact, 15 runs have come from this over so far, but still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. And he goes again, Samson this time. That's another massive hit. All the way for 6 again to finish the over. Another expensive over. It's just leaking runs here, the New Zealand bowlers. 21 runs came from that over from Matt Henry. And India are off to a flyer here, 72 without loss after 5 overs. So Jacob Duffy now back into the attack, into his second over. Abhishek Sharma on strike. Full toss down the wicket edge, past third man for 4. Again, raining boundaries here. Even luck is favouring India at the moment. Full toss from Duffy. And Abhishek Sharma has picked up another boundary to start this over. Second ball of the over coming up. That's full toss and he goes again down the ground. And that's all the way as well. 4 followed by a 6 from Abhishek Sharma. Moves to 41 from just 15 balls. 10 runs from the first 2 balls of this over. Missed his length once again, Duffy. When you miss your length to these batters, only need to look in the crowd because that's where the ball will go. He goes again, it's high in the air though. Has he got enough timing on it? Fielder running back, can't get there. And it also goes to the boundary, I think. Yes, it has gone for a boundary. So 4-6-4 from Abhishek Sharma. And this is turning out to be a nightmare here for New Zealand. We are not even come to the end of the launch phase. Already 86 runs on the board. A very tough catch, to be honest. And it's also, to make matters worse for New Zealand, another boundary for Abhishek Sharma. That's gone up in the air again. Fielder running backwards, can't get to it. And another couple of runs for Abhishek Sharma. Is going for everything here. Current run rate is 15.53. The fielder running backwards. Mark Chapman, I think the fielder there, unable to get to the ball. That's pulled again in the air. And it's one bounce and into the boundary for 450 here for Abhishek Sharma. Fastest 50 in this tournament, has to be said. 51 from just 18 balls with 6 boundaries and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 283.33. What an innings this has been. He's been out of form in this tournament so far. But come the big day, just like how Virat Kohli did it in the last T20 World Cup, once again performing for India here, picks up another boundary. This time another dot ball to finish the over. But what an over once again for India. We come to the end of the launch phase. 20 runs came from that over from Jacob Duffy. And India are now 92 without loss after 6 overs after the launch phase. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break, and Mitchell Santner is the new bowler into the attack here for New Zealand. Now what a start this is from the Indian batters once again. So just similar to what they did against England. Just completely going after the bowling. And now can Santner do something? Can he break this partnership here? Provide something for New Zealand before the match completely gets out of hand. Because India have been very good at doing this. Completely batting out the oppositions. Not even giving them a sniff. Sanju Samson has... Mitchell Santner has troubled Sanju Samson in recent times. That's driven towards covers. Dot ball to start from Samson. From Mitchell Santner. Now, the looks of it now, India are already, they have started like anything here. Don't know how New Zealand are going to pull things back. Oh, looking to go for the drive, unable to make connection. Another dot ball. Could India do this or what? Could they win two T20 World Cups in a row? That is just out of the world domination if they can do that. That's driven again towards covers. That's another dot ball. 3 dot balls in a row from Santner. Well, there's no doubt that India always enters every tournament as overwhelming favourites to win the title. But to continuously do it, they're really building a legacy here. That's cut away again, past that fielder again, and that will run away for 4 as well. So 3 dot balls, just... There was a quicker delivery, just a little bit of width on offer. And Sanju Samson picks up another boundary. That's a quicker delivery again, and Samson hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Now one more delivery left in this over. Much better over for New Zealand actually, because before this every bowler was going at 20, 15, every over so expensive. Santner finally coming and trying to restrict the runs. They need wickets though. Last ball of the over coming up. Cut away again by Abhishek Sharma towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. Really good over from Mitchell Santner. 6 runs came from that over. And India are now 98 without loss after 7 overs. It will be seriously some achievement if India can win this game and back-to-back T20 World Cups. First home team to win a men's T20 World Cup on home soil. First time defending champion winning a T20 World Cup. Now, this Indian team is indeed trying to rewrite history. Creating something extraordinary actually if they can win this. And that too winning at Ahmedabad as well, a ground where many people considered to be a curse for India. Rachin Ravindra is the new bowler. Oh, he's edged it through to the keeper. I think he has. Appeal for a catch and the finger goes up, and that is what New Zealand wanted finally. And would you believe it is Rachin Ravindra once again? Or will they go for the review here? Now I think Abhishek has started to walk. A faint nick, it was tossed up outside the off stump. Not the best of deliveries from Rachin Ravindra. Now, the last few matches, he has been superb with the ball actually, more than contributions with the bat. His contributions with the ball have been much more and much impactful. And straight away striking. Picks up the big wicket of Abhishek Sharma, who's played a superb knock actually, already scored a half century. But he's on his way now, really good knock on the big day, coming good. Abhishek Sharma is gone after scoring 52 runs from 21 balls. And India are now 98 for 1 after 7.1 overs. So Rachin Ravindra, wow. A bowler who is supposed to be a part-time bowler has picked up the most wickets for New Zealand ever since the Super 8 started. Unbelievable stuff. Ishan Kishan is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 3. Maybe, just maybe, this could provide an opening for New Zealand. Second ball of the over coming up from Rachin Ravindra. And Ishan Kishan goes down the ground. To long on. Oh, good fielding, but they'll pick up 2, I think. They'll pick up 2. 100 comes up for India here. 100 comes up in just 7.2 overs. Ishan Kishan gets off the mark with a couple of runs. But what an aggressive start this is from India. Just India doing their own things in T20 cricket, that is for sure. They've been doing this for quite a long time now. Just smashing the bowlers to all parts of the ground. As driven away again by Ishan Kishan towards deep extra covers. And again good fielding at deep extra covers. And another couple of runs for Ishan Kishan. So already 200 is looking on the cards here for India. There's no even 200 plus. 220, 230 probably. Or they can even get to 250. Specialists of doing that. Ooh, again tossed up outside the off stump. Ishan Kishan going for the drive. It's another dot ball. Surya Kumar Yadav ready to come in next. What a dominant team this has been. Another quicker delivery, and it's punched down the ground towards long on, finds the gap for 4. Just looked like a gentle punch from Ishan Kishan, but somehow it has split that gap between long on and deep mid wicket. And Ishan Kishan picks up his first boundary here. Well, this time it's guided away again past that fielder at point and into the boundary for 4 as well. Back-to-back boundaries to finish that over. And an over which started well has become expensive. 12 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Abhishek Sharma. And India are now 110 for 1 after 8 overs. So Mitchell Santner now continuing into a second over. Again a single to start the over from Sanju Samson. Quicker delivery, cut away again by Ishan Kishan. Deep extra covers comes around and Ishan Kishan picks up another single. When India starts playing like this, any other team will be scared, no doubt about that. They just bring that fear in the opposition every single time. Slower through the air. And Sanju Samson hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. Need wickets here, New Zealand. You need to keep taking wickets because the Indian batters just keep on going hard. They have the wickets in hand. 200 plus is looking inevitable at this stage. Santner coming around the wicket. Full toss again, flicked away by Ishan Kishan towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Well, Surya Kumar Yadav, I guess, did the correct decision by backing Abhishek Sharma, and he has really come good in this big final, no doubt about that. Didn't have a great tournament, but performing on the big days becomes very important. That's punched again towards covers. Another dot ball. So another good over here from Santner. Can he finish it well? I think he's the only bowler that has bowled decently well tonight for New Zealand. All the other bowlers are just travelling. Last ball of the over. And driven down the ground again by Samson. Towards long off and picks up another single to finish the over. Another good over for from Mitchell Santner. Just 5 runs came from that over. And India are now 115 for 1 after 9 overs. Well, New Zealand men's team haven't won a World Cup so far, searching for their first World Cup. They've lost so many finals before this. They've only won a Champions Trophy in 2000 and then the World Test Championship, they won it in 2021. Haven't won a World Cup so far. That has been, I don't know whether to call it a curse or I don't know what else to call it. They always struggle to win these big matches. Jimmy Neesham is the new bowler into the attack for New Zealand. Bowling change here. Sanju Samson is on strike. Need to be careful here. They'll go after Neesham. Oh, he sliced it in the air. Now, is there any fielder coming underneath? Or running backwards, can't get there. And Sanju Samson picks up another couple of runs to start the over. Sliced it big time there, Sanju Samson. Ball landing safely. The second ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's guided beautifully past third man for 4. He not only has the power shots, he also has some touch play, finesse as they call it. And another boundary for Sanju Samson. The third ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the drive again. A little bit of an inside edge towards deep square leg. And Sanju Samson picks up another single. Any viewers just tell that what is stopping South Africa and New Zealand from winning these World Cups? Such good teams just not able to get over the line in these big matches. You badly need a South Africa versus New Zealand final. Only then you can get a new winner. Anisham now will come around the wicket to Ishan Kishan. And that's cut away again past that field red point. And that runs away for 4 as well. This is the thing. Batters will just keep on coming and they'll keep on playing their shots. Second boundary in this over. Two more deliveries left in this over. Are they going to score 250 once again? That's cut away again down the ground. Good fielding at covers. Ishan Kishan picks up another single. So one more delivery left in this over. 12 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, he goes for the drive again, unable to make connection. So dot ball to finish the over from Jimmy Neesham. So 12 runs came from that over from Jimmy Neesham. And India are now 127 for 1 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. So Mitchell Santner into his third over. That's a quicker ball again, pulled down the ground by Ishan Kishan towards long on and picks up another single. Projected score is 235. This is what the Indian batters do. Sanju Samson nearing another half century here. Third half century in a row in this tournament if he can get it. Has driven again down the ground. Just towards covers. A little bit of a fumble. And Samson picks up another single. Well, he goes for it here, Ishan Kishan, and he's got that one. That's over deep mid wicket for another maximum. This is exactly the problem. Just when we were thinking that Santner was bowling well, even he has conceded a six. First six for Ishan Kishan in this innings. Wonderful slog sweep. This time it's full again. Ishan Kishan hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Sanju Samson is back on strike, batting on 49 from 31 balls. Slow through the air again, cut away, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Santner. 9 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. And it's driven down the ground by Sanju Samson towards long on and picks up another single. Half century for Sanju Samson. 50 from just 33 balls with 4 boundaries and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 151.52. It's been an outstanding knock again on the big day. 3 half centuries in a row in this tournament. And India are going very, very strong here once again. 10 runs came from that over from Mitchell Santner, and India are now 137 for 1 after 11 overs. Well, Lockie Ferguson back into the attack and gets greeted with a massive 6 over deep mid wicket again. So the boundaries and sixes continue to flow. Once again, it's Sanju Samson. Another maximum to start the over. Too short on that occasion from Lockie Ferguson. Gets punished once again. This time he goes straight down the ground. Another 6. Back-to-back sixes from Sanju Samson. Lockie Ferguson is having the biggest nightmare here in this big final. In the slot once again and gets dispatched. So third ball of the over coming up around the wicket now. Ferguson, that's flicked away again. Down the ground to long on, and Sanju Samson picks up another single. 50 partnership also comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 52 from 26 balls between Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. The 150 comes onto the board for India in just 11.3 overs at the loss of 1 wicket. And it just looks as if there's no one that is able to stop India in their own home conditions. Then India might just go on to win another T20 World Cup. He goes again down the ground. Ishan Kishan, 6 more. Just hitting sixes for fun. Slot ball once again from Ferguson. And Ishan Kishan deposits it over long on for another 6. Partnership moves to 58 from 27. That's pulled again down the ground by Ishan Kishan towards long on. He picks up another single. 20 runs have come from this over. Still one ball left. Third ICC tournament win in a row for India. They didn't win the WTC, but two-time T20. Already they won it in 2024. Then they won the Champions Trophy. Now again, there's no one that can stop India. Absolutely no one. The way they are batting this, you just can't do anything at all. Last ball of the over. Goes again down the ground. Over mid-off. 4 more. Another boundary to finish the over. 24 runs came from that over from Lucky Ferguson. And India are now 161 for 1 after 12 overs. So 8 overs left in this innings. If they can keep it down to 210, 220, maybe it's still chaseable. Because we saw England in the previous match, they really came close to chasing down 254. Similar kind of batting conditions. So Matt Henry now back into the attack. 8 overs left in this innings. New Zealand is not looking good for them at the moment. Ishan Kishan on strike. Has driven again down the ground to mid-off. Again a dot ball to start the over. Well, he goes again, Ishan Kishan, and that's gone all the way as well. Pick the slow ball once again, and that's gone massive. Over long on for another maximum. Ishan Kishan moves to 40 from just 16 balls. And New Zealand bowlers absolutely clueless. Well, the projected scores 271, 282, 297. Who is to chase all those things? That's a full toss, flicked away leg side towards deep mid wicket. And Ishan Kishan picks up another single. Current run rate still 13.44. Partnership now 70 from 32 balls between Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. Full again, flicked away in the air by Samson towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, he goes offside this time. Fielder running in, doesn't get there. One bounce to deep extra covers. And Ishan Kishan picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Full toss. Sanju Samson goes down the ground to long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over from Matt Henry, and India are now 171 for 1 after 13 overs. Rachin Ravindra now is back into the attack into his second over. 7 overs left in this innings. Sanju Samson is on strike. Maybe something behind the side screen umpire showing something. Here we go, first ball of the over. And it's driven again back to the bowler. Dot ball to start the over from Rachin Ravindra. I don't know why you win the toss and bowl first against India. I think there's similar kind of a mistake from England in the previous match as well. Now New Zealand have made the same mistake here, and runs on the board in the final always plays an important role. As Samson goes down the ground again to long off and picks up another single. It's going to be really tough for New Zealand to chase a big total, although we saw in the previous game where they did chase down 173 in just 12.5 overs. They chased down 170 runs in just 12.5 overs, so they have the capacity to do that, but once again the dependence will be on Tim Seifert and Finn Allen to provide them with that start. That's pulled away again by Ishan Kishan. One bounce to deep mid wicket and picks up another single. It's been total domination once again from India, no doubt about that. Completely outbatting the oppositions. Oppositions are scared these days. They just don't know what to do against India. Such clean striking. As here we go again. Sanju Samson again straight down the ground for 6. Once again in the slot from Rachin Ravindra. And we all know what Sanju Samson will do with those. Puts it over long on for another maximum. That's pulled away again, and that's all the way again. Ball is only going one place. Another 6, back-to-back sixes from Sanju Samson. And I don't know what to do at this stage if you're a New Zealander. Fourteen runs have come from this over. Even their best bowler from the previous matches, Rachin Ravindra, even he is not able to stop the bleeding. Forget about other bowlers. Rachin Ravindra, one would have thought, is the lucky charm for New Zealand with the ball. Even he is going the journey here. Goes again down the ground. 6 more. 3 back-to-back sixes to finish the over. 20 runs came from that over from Rachin Ravindra. And India are now 191 for 1 after 14 overs. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break. Mitchell Santner into his last over now. Ishan Kishan on strike. 6 overs left. And again 250 on the cards. Quicker ball. Outside edge towards short third man. Dot ball to start the over. In fact, even the projected score at the current run rate is even showing 270. 15 runs per over takes them to 278. 290 is also on the cards if they go at 17 runs per over. There's nothing you can do actually. He goes again, Ishan Kishan, and that's all the way as well. Everything that these two batters are hitting is only going out of the ground. The fielders are mere spectators on this ground. A fourth maximum for Ishan Kishan, nearing another half century here. Santner coming around the wicket now. Ishan Kishan goes for the switch hit, unable to make connection. The dot ball from Mitchell Santner is asking for the wide there. Ishan Kishan doesn't get it. 99 now the partnership between these two batters. Full delivery flicked away by Ishan Kishan down the ground to long on, and picks up a single here. Half century for Ishan Kishan. 100 partnership also comes up. What a knock this has been once again. Ishan Kishan 50 from just 23 balls with 3 boundaries and 4 maximums at a strike rate of 217.39. Partnership now 100 from just 45 balls between Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. What a partnership, what a knock. Sanju Samson is back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. It's driven again down the ground to long off. And Sanju Samson picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Goes straight down the ground, and that runs away for 4 as well. Another boundary to finish the over. 200 comes up for India. 12 runs came from that over from Mitchell Santner, and India are now 203 for 1 after 15 overs. The 5 overs left in this innings, partnership of 105 from 47 balls between Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. Again 250 on the cards here. They scored 253 against England in the semi-final. And now again here in this final, putting on another batting display which Indian fans will never forget. Here's Jimmy Neesham again into his second over. Full toss, and Samson goes down the ground. It could be out. It is taken on the boundary. Or are they going to have a look? It was very close to the boundary there. They might have a look at the fairness of the catch. They might also need to have a look at the height of that delivery there, because it was a high full toss from Jimmy Neesham. I think the fielder has done well there, I think, to take the catch. So finally the partnership has been broken here. Jimmy Neesham provides the breakthrough. Not the best of deliveries, But it brings about the breakthrough. Sanju Samson is gone after another fantastic knock. Back-to-back 89s for him in this tournament. He's gone after scoring 89 from 46 balls, and India are now 203 for 2 after 15.1 overs. So Hardik Pandya now is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 4. Still Surya Kumar Yadav hasn't come out to bat. He's sending others. Hardik Pandya as a finisher, of course, and Tilak Verma still there. Has been in really good form. Shivam Dubey has also been in good form. I really hope at least in the next World Cup or the World Cup after that, someone can stop this Indian team, because too much domination, just not able to do anything to them here. Might just win this World Cup, you know. Second ball of the over coming up from Jimmy Neesham. Things not looking good for New Zealand. Hardik Pandya on strike. Comes down the wicket. Hardik Pandya drives it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball. Although we saw in the previous game where almost 254 was chased down by England. The Wankhede, very high scoring venue, very high scoring match. New Zealand will need to pull out that kind of a batting performance if they are to chase that kind of a score. And normally when teams come up to face against India, I think you can expect scores like 240 and 250, because Indians have set themselves that kind of a standard. That's guided away towards point once again. Another dot ball. The standards are very high with this Indian team. An aggressive brand of cricket. New Zealand can also play that kind of aggressive brand of cricket. Tim Seifert and Finn Allen did show that brand of cricket in their previous game. Another belter of a wicket at Eden Gardens. They chased down 117, just 12.5 overs. They need to bat like that once again, and batting like that against an Indian bowling attack, which has a lot of variety, is not going to be easy. That's cut away by Hardik Pandya towards deep extra covers and gets off the mark with a single. I don't know what any other teams fans watching this, I don't even know what you guys are thinking, but I mean, this Indian team is just like God-gifted team actually. I mean, every single match, I don't know how you are able to outplay the opposition completely with your batting. That requires some special skill. Neesham coming around the wicket. And he goes down the ground. Ishan Kishan, with the fielder is there. He takes the catch. Another wicket goes down. 2 wickets in the over for Jimmy Neesham. What an over this is. Are the New Zealanders looking to come back here into this game? Exactly the kind of over they needed for a long time now. They've just been smashed all over the ground. And maybe this is the over that gives New Zealand something to cheer about. Ishan Kishan has to go as well. Both the set batters now have to go back to the pavilion. It's been a fantastic over from Neesham. Low full toss producing the wicket. Ishan Kishan is gone after scoring 54 from 25 balls. Another magnificent knock. And India are now 204 for 3 after 15.5 overs. So the captain Surya Kumar Yadav makes his way out to the middle. A really good over this from Jimmy Neesham against the run of play. 2 wickets and just 1 run from this over. If they can keep India below 230, maybe they can take inspiration from what England did in their previous game. England lost by only 7 runs while chasing 254. Standards of T20 cricket have increased. Last ball of the over coming up from Neesham. Oh, he goes big, leg side. Oh, what a catch that is. What an unbelievable catch. Another wicket goes down here. First bowler for Surya Kumar Yadav. Oh my goodness, what a catch. Diving across to his right there, Rachin Ravindra, the fielder, completes the catch. 3 wickets in the over for Jimmy Neesham. And a dream over here for New Zealand when things were looking very, very tough for them. Don't know what kind of a shot Surya Kumar Yadav was attempting there. A terrific catch actually from Rachin Ravindra. And could this be the over that tilts proceedings? Although still 4 overs left, still they can finish well, India. They still have the batters. Surya Kumar Yadav out for a first ball duck. And India are now 204 for 4 after 16 overs. Wow, Jimmy Neesham, what an over. 3 wickets and just 1 run. Still 4 overs left in this innings though. They can still get to 250 if they get a good finish. Tilak Verma is the new batter to the crease for India. They still have Shivam Dube and Akshar Patel to come in as well after this. Jacob Duffy is back into the attack. Hardik Pandya is on strike. Here's Duffy. And that's short and wide. Cut away by Hardik Pandya. Might have found the gap here. Oh, deep extra covers comes around. And Hardik Pandya picks up another single. So the captain Surya Kumar Yadav not able to make a difference on the big day. Finding that fielder there at deep square leg. What a catch though from Rachin Ravindra there. New Zealand are always really good in the field. They set some high standards for themselves in the field, no doubt about that. And New Zealand needed some inspiration from somewhere actually, because the runs were just flowing from the batters. Sanju Samson once again playing another fantastic knock. That's cut away by Tilak Verma. Well, I think the fielder, Finn Allen, I think the fielder is hurt himself, I think. Oh no, he'll be required for batting. He'll be such a big player in the run chase. Has hurt himself there, hit very hard by Tilak Verma. Don't know, was that a catching opportunity maybe? I don't think so, it didn't carry to Finn Allen. But hopefully he'll be alright. I think he's alright. Third ball of the over coming up. That shot again pulled away by Hardik Pandya towards deep mid wicket. And picks up another single. So good start to this over as far as New Zealand are concerned. Just 3 singles. Still 3 more deliveries left. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Oh, he goes for the pull again. Deep fine leg, short fine leg running across, stops it I think. Yes, he has stopped it. Very good fielding there. Tilak Verma picks up another couple of runs. 2 more deliveries left in this over. New Zealand will still have a job on their hands. They have to chase a big target here. That's full again. A little bit of an inside edge towards deep mid wicket. Tilak Verma picks up another single. Really good over this from Jacob Duffy. There's 6 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. 3 overs left after this. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away again by Hardik Pandya towards covers and picks up another single to finish the over. Really good over from Jacob Duffy. 7 runs came from that over. And India are now 211 for 4 after 17 overs. Looks like really good batting conditions this. 3 overs left in this innings. Jacob Duffy has been expensive today. Jimmy Neesham now kind of back into the continuing into his 3rd over. Bowled a brilliant last over, picked up 3 wickets. That's still a lot of work to do. Can they restrict India below 230? That will give some confidence going into the run chase for sure. Well, in fact, Jimmy Neesham is on a hat-trick because he picked up 2 wickets in 2 balls at the end of his previous over. So he's on a hat-trick actually. Hat-trick ball coming up. And Hardik Pandya hits it down the ground straight to mid-off. Dot ball to start the over. Negotiated the hat-trick ball. I even didn't notice that he was on a hat-trick. But hat-trick ball has been negotiated. We've had 1 hat-trick in this tournament. Romario Shepherd did pick up that hat-trick against Scotland. Second ball of the over coming up. Shot again, pulled away by Hardik Pandya towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Jimmy Neesham is really bowling well here. Trying to pull things back. Slowed down a little bit in the last couple of overs for India. Tilak Verma is back on strike. Neesham coming around the wicket. Toe ends it down the ground to mid-off. And Tilak Verma picks up another single. So both these batters haven't found the boundary till now. Hardik Pandya has faced 8 balls, scored only 5 runs. Tilak Verma 5 from 4 balls. Three more deliveries left in this over. Hardik Pandya is back on strike. Oh, inside edge from Pandya. They might push for 2 here. They are pushing for 2. They'll get it. Good running between the wickets from Hardik Pandya. Another couple of runs. Still no boundaries from him. 7 runs from 9 balls from Hardik Pandya. Just 4 runs coming from this over. This is brilliant stuff here from Jimmy Neesham. 2 more deliveries left in this over. 230 is something they're trying to look for, India. That shot again pulled away by Pandya. It's in the gap for 4, or has it gone all the way? I think it has. You might have a look at it. Zitching to find the boundaries there. First boundary for Hardik Pandya in this innings. Beautiful shot. One more delivery left in this over. 8 runs from this over so far. Finally, Hardik Pandya finding the boundary. Is batting on 11 from 10 balls. Still a good score this in a final for India. But obviously there will be some fear because the previous game, even almost 254 was not enough to defend. So you never know. Last ball of the over coming up from Nisham. That's cut away again. Down the ground to long off. Hardik Pandya picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over from Jimmy Nisham. And India are now 220 for 4 after 18 overs. Nine runs came from that over. Will Jimmy Nisham bowl the last over? He still has 1 over left. And he has, we can say that he has pulled things back somewhat. Although you need to finish this well now if you are a New Zealand bowler, because they'll go hard in these last 2 overs. Matt Henry is going to be bowling the penultimate over here. That over where 3 wickets went down, I think that is where they put a break on the run rate. But still, they can get to 240. And no team has ever chased down those kind of totals in a final. We even saw the IPL final at this particular venue in 2025. RCB did defend 190 runs in this venue. So I think New Zealand should have batted first today, in all honesty. They could have put more pressure on this Indian batting lineup, but they went for chasing. Here's Matt Henry, penultimate over. Full toss and Pandya goes all the way for 6 over deep mid wicket. The miss your length to these batters is so strong. And Hardik Pandya puts it away. What a way to start the penultimate over. Need to be careful here. A shot again, he goes high in the air, no timing, could be out. And it is out. Captain Mitchell Santner completes the catch. So 6 and a wicket from Matt Henry. It was a kind of a struggling innings from Hardik Pandya, has to be said. He did hit one boundary and 1 6. But just not able to find boundaries on a consistent basis, and Mitchell Santner completing the catch there. Slow ball into the wicket does the trick for Matt Henry. 5th wicket goes down for India. Hardik Pandya is gone after scoring 18 runs from 13 balls, and India are now 226 for 5 after 18.2 overs. So Shivam Dube is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 7. Look at the batting depth of this Indian team. Shivam Dube, still Akshar Patel is there. And never mind, you lose a wicket, another batter comes in. Conceded a 6 of the first ball and struck back, picked up the wicket of Hardik Pandya. They are going to cross 230 here. In this Indian team, 230 is bare minimum. They have scored 250 plus twice in this tournament already. If you're keeping them below 250, it's a big achievement these days. Standards of T20 cricket or what? I'm not quite sure. 3rd ball of the over coming up. Shivam Dube on strike. Goes for the pull towards deep mid wicket. Dube gets off the mark with a single. Tilak Verma is back on strike. I think the damage was mainly done by Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson and Nishan Kishan. Top 3 batters. Abhishek Sharma coming back to form and scoring a half century. Top 3 batters scoring half centuries today. That's cut away again down the ground towards cover. Shy at the stumps. Directed, could have been tight. Tilak Verma though picks up another single. 8 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left. Will Jimmy Neesham bowl the last over? That is the big question. Maybe he will. Outside the off stump again, Dubey cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. One more delivery left in this over. Tilak Verma hasn't found the boundary till now. Back on strike. Last ball of the over coming up. He goes in the air, no timing again. The ball will land safely. And they will pick up another couple of runs here. Another couple of runs to finish the over. So a really good comeback from Matt Henry in that over after conceding a 6. 11 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Hardik Pandya. And India are now 231 for 5 after 19 overs with one more over to go. So who is going to bowl the last over now for New Zealand? Things have slowed down for India actually the last 5 overs or so. The last 4 overs only 28 runs have been scored. Only 1 6 and 1 4 from Hardik Pandya. Can be said good comeback from New Zealand. Jimmy Neesham is bowling the last over for New Zealand here. Still have a big run chase coming up. Can New Zealand pull this off? Shivam Dubey is on strike. This last over is going to play an important role here. Neesham with the last over. Shivam Dubey on strike. Neesham coming around the wicket. Dubey in the air. Fielders. Oh, he's put it down and it also reaches the boundary. Very, very difficult catch. And to make matters worse, it's also rolled into the rope. Another boundary to start the over. First boundary for Shivam Dubey. There's going to be huge pressure here to chase this target down. Second ball of the over coming up. And this is massive. That's gone all the way for 6. In the slot from Neesham. And Shivam Dubey deposits it over deep mid-wicket. 4 under 6 to start the over. Pressure straight back on Neesham. Well, 4 more deliveries left in this innings, getting towards 250 once again. Third ball of the over coming up. Goes again, over covers, another 6, flat 6 this time from Shivam Dubey. 4-6-6 to start the over. 16 runs from the first 3 balls of this over, still 3 balls left. 3 more deliveries left in this over. 1 hit away from 250. The 4th 250 total in this tournament. And the 3rd one from India, if they can get there. Batting friendly conditions or what? That's pulled again over the top. Oh, a short fine leg for 4. 4, 6, 6, 4, 250 comes onto the board once again for India. With still 2 balls left in this innings, 20 runs have come from this over already. Two more deliveries left in this over, another 250 plus total. Nowadays, you come against this Indian team, you only need to score 300 if you are the opposition team in T20 cricket. Anything less than 300 becomes dangerous. Back over the wicket now, Nisham. Oh, it's gone off the pads. It's a dot ball here. Still, they have got the score here to defend once again. The 3rd 250 plus total. Just beating their own records. 256, 253, 251. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over coming up. Last ball of the innings. That's cut away again by Dubey, finds the gap. That'll run away for 4 as well. So a boundary to finish off the innings. Another expensive last over. It just looked like New Zealand were coming back into the game for the last few overs, but the last over has costed 24 once again. And what a finish this has been. What a score this has been once again. The 3rd 250 plus total for India in T20 cricket. 3rd 250 plus total in this T20 World Cup for India. They scored 256 against Zimbabwe, and then they scored 253 against England in their previous game, and now 255 against New Zealand here in this final, and is the 3rd highest team total in men's T20 World Cup history, although Sri Lanka's 260 against Kenya still remains untouched. They still haven't crossed that record though. But India now have the 2nd highest team total, 3rd highest team total, and 4th. No. 2nd highest team total, 3rd highest team total, and 5th highest team total now belongs to India in men's T20 World Cups. The 4th highest team total was West Indies. They scored 254 against Zimbabwe at the Wankhede Stadium in this same tournament in the Super 8 stage. So, I mean, we have seen some crazy batting, plenty of high scores. This is a massive total, no doubt about that. Big final day, but once again, New Zealand winning the toss, electing to bowl first. That's why, as again and again I say, bowling first is a good decision and a bad decision, particularly against a team that is always going hard at the bowlers. Becomes very tough. So New Zealand will need 256 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll go through India's innings. Again, the top 3 starting absolutely magnificently. At one stage, the projected score was showing 270, 280. I would say New Zealand have done a good job to keep them down to 255. Sanju Samson, 89 from 46 balls with 5 boundaries and 8 sixers. Abhishek Sharma was out of form all this while in this tournament, coming good on the big day once again, coming good on the big day today, 52 from 21 balls. Ishan Kishan, 54 from 25 balls. Hardik Pandya, I think, struggled a little bit because there the momentum started to shift for a brief period, but he also managed to find 1-4 and 1-6 in his innings, 18 from 13 balls. Shivam Dubey towards the end, 26 from 8 balls. Absolutely unbelievable, actually. Just this Indian team, the way they bat, match winners after match winners in their batting. They have managed to post a mammoth 255 for 5 in their 20 overs. As far as New Zealand bowlers are concerned, nothing much to talk about. Actually, Matt Henry 1 for 49 in his 4. Glenn Phillips bowled 1 over, none for 5. Jacob Duffy bowled 3 overs, none for 42. Lockie Ferguson 2 overs, 48. Mitchell Santner bowled economically, couldn't pick up a wicket, none for 33 in his 4 overs. Rachin Ravindra 1 for 32 in his 2 overs. Jimmy Neesham, I think, was the pick of the bowlers, but even he went for 24 runs in the last over. Jimmy Neesham, though, 3 for 46 in his 4 overs. But basically, everyone getting the treatment, everyone taken to the cleaners for New Zealand. It's a massive target to chase down. I have to admit that New Zealand need 256 runs from their full quota of 20 overs to win their first T20 World Cup title. It highly looks unlikely, but need to wait and watch. India looking favourites to defend this. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to this run chase here. What a mammoth target this is to chase down for New Zealand. 256 is the target. Completely battered New Zealand out of this competition. I mean, when a team is perfect and the team is playing this kind of cricket, it's very, very hard for anyone at all to defeat this Indian team. Back-to-back 250 plus scores in this tournament. They scored 253 against England, now 255 in the final against New Zealand. It doesn't matter whether it's a semi-final or final as far as this Indian team is concerned. It's just outplaying the opposition. Only need God to come and play against Indian team, I think. That is the only final which needs to be seen. Humans can't play against this Indian team. I have never seen this kind of an Indian team ever in my life. That's driven again down the ground by Finn Allen. Straight to covers, picks up another single to finish the over. So a good start here from Arshdeep Singh. 4 runs came from the first over. New Zealand are now 4 without loss after 1 over. So India have one hand on the trophy. They are going to become the first team to win back-to-back T20 World Cup titles and also a first team to win a T20 World Cup at home. Well, it was always going to be India. We all keep on saying that IPL is the biggest league in the world. There's so much IPL experience in these conditions for these Indian players that now anything less than 250 is considered as a poor batting performance as far as India are concerned, because that is how dominant they have been. And it's safe to say that this game is already looking like out of New Zealand's hands. It's just playing the second innings here where they can try how much ever they want. England also tried in their previous game, but it's always going to be very tough. Hardik Pandya bowling the second over. Finn Allen scoops it in the air. Ball lands safely towards deep square leg. Picks up another single to start the over. I think New Zealand just have nothing to lose now. They're just going to bat with freedom. Game is just almost gone, because if New Zealand have to win this match, they need to chase down the highest ever total in T20 internationals and a highest ever run chase in men's T20 World Cups, and particularly chasing about 250 is never going to be easy. Tim Seifert is back on strike. Still no boundaries yet in this innings. Second ball of the over coming up. And Seifert goes big, goes massive. That's all the way. All the way for 6 finally. First maximum for New Zealand. In the slot from Hardik Pandya, and Tim Seifert clears the lot really well. The IPL will be starting in another 20 days time, of course. We're going to see similar kind of totals even in the IPL as well. Oh, he goes for a scoop. That's a massive shot. That's all the way. Back-to-back sixes from Tim Seifert. Paddle shot this time around, and he gets it cleanly. So back-to-back sixes for Tim Seifert. Still the required run rate is 12.92. But coming back to what I was trying to say, the IPL is going to start in another 20 days time. And definitely they're going to play in these conditions. We have already seen a glimpse of the kind of totals that we have seen in this World Cup already. 4 250 plus totals. We have never seen this kind of score. We have never seen these kind of scores in previous T20 World Cup editions. But that is the thing about Indian conditions. The runs, the boundaries, they just keep on flowing. And I mean, 4 250 plus totals in this tournament Has to be crazy, isn't it? That's driven again down the ground, past mid-off, 4 more. So Seifert batting really well here, 6-6. Now a boundary, 17 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. Now 1 more delivery left in this over. Good over for New Zealand so far. Still a mountain to climb. Down the ground again. Straight back past the bowler for 4. Another boundary to finish the over. Very expensive over from Hardik Pandya. 21 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 25 without loss after 2 overs. Well, New Zealand can try hard actually. No one is stopping them from trying hard, because we even saw in the previous game where England came very close to chasing down 254. Basically, it looks out of reach. Basically, when you're chasing these kind of totals, you have nothing to lose as a chasing team, because anyways people are expecting you to lose at this stage. If you are winning from here, it will be a miracle, but it always looks too much to do. And India have a bowler like Jasprit Bumrah as well, who can slow down proceedings. So it really becomes very, very tough. It has to be said that India have just outbatted the opposition once again. The New Zealand themselves could have batted first actually. That is what I was thinking. I mean, even in the previous game, England won the toss, elected to bowl first. 253 happened. Now again winning the toss, electing to bowl first. 255. I mean, you know that these Indian batters are coming hard at you. This is exactly, I think, many New Zealand fans would have been fearing. Because you know that this Indian batting lineup, they're just going to go after everything. Batting paradises everywhere. 250 is always on the cards. So why opt to bowl first? Just opt to bat. Post a total on the board. You can post 250, right? Just telling. If England had batted first in the previous game, they can post 240, they can put pressure on the opposition. If New Zealand had batted first today, they can score 240, they can score 250. Why people don't think from that angle? Why don't they want to bat first and they themselves can outbat the opposition in these conditions? Why is it that always you need to bowl first and feel this pressure during run chases? I'm just not able to understand that. Well, he goes straight down the ground. That'll run away for 4, I think. Yes, it does. Beats long on. Into the boundary for 4. First boundary for Finn Allen. Beautifully hit straight back down the ground. Absolute flat conditions. Ball coming onto the bat nicely. Required run rate 12.86. Well, these two batters, we all know how dangerous they can be. We saw in the previous game as well against South Africa, where they just completely pummeled the South African bowlers and chased down 170. Goes down the ground. Fielder takes the catch at long on. First wicket for India. And it's a huge wicket as well. Finn Allen, the centurion from the previous game, has been removed. A boundary conceded. Very next ball picks up the wicket. Early breakthrough for India here. And a big wicket, because Finn Allen, we all know how dangerous he can be. Just hit a boundary. He's looking to clear the boundary, I think there. He hit it too flat, I think. Tilak Verma taking the catch at long on. India get a breakthrough. This is the problem, isn't it? In these kind of run chases, you need to go after everything. Chances of losing wickets are very, very high. And that is exactly what has happened. So, Finn Allen is gone after scoring 9 runs from 7 balls. And New Zealand are now 31 for 1 after 2.4 overs. So Rachin Ravindra is the new batter to the crease, coming in at number 3. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Previous over was a good over for New Zealand, but now Finn Allen has been dismissed here. Wickets will put more pressure on New Zealand, no doubt about that. But that is exactly why I said 256. Even in an ordinary T20 match, chasing down 256 is very, very hard. And then you need try chasing it down in a World Cup final like this. It's going to be even more hard. So India have just completely choked the neck of New Zealand. That is what has to be said. Ravindra sweeps leg side. Deep mid wicket comes round. Good fielding. Rachin Ravindra gets off the mark with a single. I think there will be plenty of talks. Why did New Zealand win the toss and elect to bowl first in these kind of batting conditions? England did the same mistake in the semi-final. New Zealand have done the same mistake today. So definitely needs introspection. No doubt about that. 7 runs came from that over. New Zealand are now 32 for 1 after 3 overs. Any day, I think I have said more than 1,000 times. I think I've run out of count as to how many times I've said this. Win the toss, bat first, put the runs on the board, put the pressure on the opposition. No one thinks in that angle these days in modern day cricket, modern day T20 cricket. No one thinks in that angle. Everyone always want to chase. And when the team scores 250 or 220, 230, it looks like a Himalayan task to chase it down. But who is asking you to bowl first after winning the toss? Bat first. Outbat the opposition yourself. Why do you bowl first? Jasprit Bumrah, new bowler into the attack. And that's flicked away by Ravindra. It's up in the air though. Fielder will take the catch, I think. Yes, he does. Yes, he has. Shan Kishan takes the catch. Number 2 goes down for New Zealand. Jasprit Bumrah brought into the attack straight away. Straight away striking. Rachin Ravindra has to go. And the second wicket goes down for New Zealand. Rachin Ravindra's poor form in this tournament and generally poor form in T20 cricket continues. And India already asserting their authority even with the ball here. It's not easy to chase down these kind of targets. Just a miracle how England came close in their previous game, but 255 is just too much to concede while bowling first and now just losing wickets here. So Jasprit Bumrah gets his first wicket of the day. New Zealand lose their second. Rachin Ravindra gone after scoring 1 run from 2 balls. And New Zealand are now 32 for 2 after 3.1 overs. Glenn Phillips is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand, coming in at number 4. India have never beaten New Zealand in a T20 World Cup so far, but I mean, for this kind of an Indian team, stats does not matter at all. The previous stats, for past statistics, nothing matters for this particular Indian T20 team, because when you can completely outplay oppositions like this, not only New Zealand, you can beat anyone. You can beat even God on your particular given day. That is for sure. That's driven down the ground to long off, and Glenn Phillips gets off the mark with a single. So that is why for this particular Indian team, no past stats, no past records will matter at all. It's all about what is happening now. In the past, there were different teams for India. They might have been vulnerable, they would have lost. But definitely not this Indian team. Every batter is coming in, absolutely smashing it everywhere. Every bowler, Jasprit Bumrah, biggest quote ever seen in cricket as far as fast bowling is concerned. Then they have Varun Chakravarti as well. You have Akshar Patel. I mean, this Indian team is having everything that is required to win a cricket match, that is for sure. I think you need to have a trophy to give to runners-up teams. Maybe if there's a trophy like that, maybe if you give a World Cup trophy to a team finishing runners-up, maybe that would serve some justice for New Zealand, because it's impossible, absolutely impossible. I agree to that. Absolutely impossible to defeat this Indian team. I very much agree. That's another couple of runs for Tim Seifert. I really want to have something like an Olympics actually. Gold medal for the first place winner, silver medal for the second place winner, bronze medal for the third place winner. If they can have something like that in World Cups, I think it will really encourage the team finishing second, because every time a team makes the final, loses, they are always criticized as chokers. It's not easy to win these tournaments, particularly when you have god level teams like this Indian team. So, I mean, why even have that expectation of them winning a tournament? If there is a silver medal and bronze medal, at least you can say, okay, they played well to reach the final. I mean, it's such a harsh truth that people don't remember second place teams these days. They only remember the champion teams. They don't remember the teams which finished second. A team which comes to the final and loses is criticized as a bad team. Such a harsh reality of sports. You need to have the expectations of winning the trophy. Anything less than the trophy is considered as nothing. That is a very, very, I don't know what to say, like, doesn't it put a lot of pressure on these teams when you have to have that kind of expectation? I mean, now Indians will be happy that they are winning this trophy. What about the other teams? What will they be thinking? Yes, they have made it to semi-finals and finals, but making it to semi-finals and finals, why is it not considered as an achievement? Why is it always considered as bad? Then I will tell you one thing. If South Africa and New Zealand are choking, all the other teams, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, West Indies, they're not even making it these days. If you just play a tri-series between India, Australia and England, whoever wins that tri-series are the world champions. You play an ODI tri-series and call it an ODI World Cup. You play a T20 tri-series, call it a T20 World Cup. Whoever, India, Australia, England, because only those three teams are winning the World Cups these days. Just keep a tri-series between them. Whoever wins that tri-series, declare them as the champions. Why even involve the other teams who are just merely participating? They're not even able to come close to winning a title. Which is very, I mean, in all honesty, it hurts. That is for sure. So New Zealand are now 36 for 2 after 4 overs. There's 4 runs coming from that over. Akshar Patel now into his second over. That goes big again, leg side. Has he gone all the way? He has. That's a massive shot from Tim Seifert. Great way to start the over, greeting Akshar Patel with a maximum. That smashed back down the ground. Long off coming round, does well. Seifert picks up another single. I mean, we all call South Africa and New Zealand as chokers, don't we? New Zealand have played so many ICC finals. They've only won 2 titles. They haven't won a World Cup till now in men's cricket. They have won a Champions Trophy. They have won a WTC. That is it. They have not won anything else. They have made it to 2015 World Cup final. They couldn't win that final. 2019 World Cup final, gone, lost. 2021 T20 World Cup final, lost. 2025 Champions Trophy final, lost. Losing this final as well. New Zealand not able to get through. South Africa, countless number of semi-finals and finals as far as World Cups are concerned. They are not able to make it through. So basically you have 2 teams who refuse to win semi-finals and finals. And then you have the other teams like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, West Indies, all the other teams who are incapable of making it to the semi-final. Where is the competition? I am asking all the viewers. You can comment in the comment section. Where is the competition? How do you stop India, Australia and England? How do you get new teams to win titles? There's another wicket here. Gone straight through Glenn Phillips. Akshar Patel strikes again. 3rd wicket goes down here. Looking for the big booming drive there, Glenn Phillips. Unable to make connection. Indians are just enjoying themselves. Third wicket down inside the power play. New Zealand way away from this, chasing this down here. Akshar Patel picks up his second wicket here. Phillips has to go. And it's all going downhill for New Zealand today. Just not their day today. Akshar Patel picks up another wicket. So Glenn Phillips is out for a run of ball 5 and New Zealand are now 47 for 3 after 4.5 overs. I must not be putting down other teams. Please defeat India and show me. No. Defeat this Indian team and show me. I will not say anything. No one is able to defeat this Indian team. They are just playing God level cricket. It's not even close. We already know that India is winning this T20 World Cup. What is there in this final? I mean, seriously, I'm asking. Mark Chapman is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand. Has driven back to the bowler. Another dot ball to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Glenn Phillips, and New Zealand are now 47 for 3 after 5 overs. .209 needed from the last 15 overs. 3 wickets down for New Zealand already. Tim Seifert, the only set batter at the crease, batting on 31 from 15 balls. Jasprit Bumrah now back into the attack into his second over. Tim Seifert is on strike. Has driven again down the ground to long on, and Seifert picks up another single to start the over. Mark Chapman is back on strike. So India, they have even 1.5 hands on the trophy now, we can say that, because this New Zealand innings is going nowhere when you have to chase this kind of a total. That's another fantastic Yorker. Mark Chapman digs it out to covers. They have no other option rather than applauding this Indian team, saluting this Indian team. Every one of us can salute this Indian team. They have just outplayed every single opposition. Yes, they had that one defeat against South Africa in this tournament in the Super 8. But barring that one defeat, it has just been a flawless campaign, has to be said. This was expected to happen actually, because even before this T20 World Cup, comes down the wicket, goes in the air again, fielder running in at deep point, can't get to it. Really good effort at deep point. Mark Chapman almost hold out there, gets off the mark with a single. I mean, what I was trying to say is, even before this T20 World Cup had started, these two teams had played a 5-match T20 series. And we saw glimpses of this Indian team doing this. Every match 270, 260, 250. They were just outplaying New Zealand for fun in that T20 series. And now in this T20 World Cup, 3 250 plus totals. And particularly including those in the semi-final and final. I mean, can anyone even come close to beating this Indian team? I'm not quite sure. Looking to flick it away there. Another dot ball from Jasprit Bumrah. They just lose one match here and there, India, but generally they are very, very consistent these days in T20 cricket. They haven't lost a T20 series between the last T20 World Cup win and this T20 World Cup win. That clearly shows how well they have been playing. Goes for the pull again. Down towards deep mid wicket, might push for 2, and they will get it. Another couple of runs for Tim Seifert. Four runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over coming up. Has driven down the ground to long on. And Tim Seifert picks up another single to finish the over. So 5 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 52 for 3 after 6 overs. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So 204 runs needed from the last 14 overs. It's really looking more than a mountain to climb for New Zealand, no doubt about that. They've lost 3 wickets as well in the launch phase. India having 1 1/4 hands on the trophy, no doubt about that. A new bowler into the attack now for India is Varun Chakravarti. Varun Chakravarti has been expensive in the previous few games. Has an opportunity to probably redeem himself. He has more than enough runs to defend this even this time around. So nothing to worry about. Tim Seifert is on strike. Here's Chakravarti. Is driven down the ground by Seifert towards long on and picks up another single to start the over. Mark Chapman is back on strike. I don't know whether New Zealand have given up on this run chase already, or are they going to even try anything? I'm not quite sure, because the required run rate has already gone to 14.67. Second ball of the over coming up. Chakravarti around the wicket. That's smashed back, straight back at the bowler. Another dot ball. That's flicked away again by Mark Chapman towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single. The required run rate is 14.96. And Seifert goes big. That's a big one. That's all the way over long on for 6. So really good shot there from Tim Seifert. Still finding the maximums here. Picks up his 4th 6 in this innings. This time it's pulled away again by Seifert. Will look to push for 2. They will get a couple of runs. Another couple of runs for Seifert. 10 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. Goes again. And that's gone again. Another 6 to finish the over. This time a little more flatter. Over long on for another 6. So a good over for New Zealand there. 16 runs came from that over. 50 for Tim Seifert. He has indeed had an excellent tournament so far. 50 from just 23 balls. .50 from just 23 balls with 2 boundaries and 5 sixers at a strike rate of 217.39. Really good knock from Seifert. And New Zealand are now 68 for 3 after 7 overs. Hardik Pandya back into the attack, has cut away again by Mark Chapman. Down towards deep extra covers. And picks up another single to start the over. Seifert is back on strike. That's back of the length again. Seifert hits it down the ground to long on. And picks up another single. Third ball of the over coming up. Goes for the pull again, unable to make contact. Another dot ball. I'm not going to lie, but this Indian team, I'm not quite sure if anyone knows about the Perth Scorchers in the Big Bash League. The Perth Scorchers team. Obviously, we should not compare an international team with a franchise team, but Perth Scorchers were also doing a similar kind of thing in this year's Big Bash season. Completely outbatting the oppositions and winning it. You can see shades of that in this Indian team as well. Oh, he's chopped it on. Another one goes. Inside edge, back onto the stumps. Hardik Pandya strikes for India. 4th wicket goes down for New Zealand. It's all looking too easy at the moment for this Indian team here. Just as this partnership was starting to build, another wicket going down. Mark Chapman never really got going. Faced 8 balls, scored only 3 runs. Has chopped it back onto his stumps. Hardik Pandya picking up another wicket here. And New Zealand really losing their way here in this run chase. Mark Chapman is gone after scoring 3 runs from 8 balls. And New Zealand are now 70 for 4 after 7.4 overs. So Daryl Mitchell is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand. Normally been a really good batter against India. In recent times, New Zealand won an ODI series in India for the first time in January this year, and Daryl Mitchell was the player of the series in that tournament. Daryl Mitchell was the player of the series in that particular ODI series. So he has been a really good player. He even scored 2 centuries against India in the ODI World Cup of 2023. But this is the T20 format, and this is a humongous run chase, if you don't mind. So even Daryl Mitchell, I don't know whether he can take New Zealand even closer to the target. It's going to be very, very tough. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Daryl Mitchell on strike. That's flicked away by Daryl Mitchell towards deep square leg. Gets off the mark with a single. Gives the strike back to Tim Seifert. Last ball of the over. That's driven again towards covers, and Tim Seifert picks up another single to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Mark Chapman. New Zealand are now 72 for 4 after 8 overs. And Varun Chakravarti into the attack and strikes again for India. Tim Seifert finding the man at deep mid-wicket. Another wicket goes down. The half-centurion is also walking back. And India celebration mode starts. They have been celebrating right throughout this match already. Nothing new to celebrate, I guess. But Tim Seifert tried his best. Too much to do. On his way, half the side back in the pavilion now for New Zealand. And even Varun Chakravarti, who has been taken for runs in the previous few matches, strikes again. The Tim Seifert is gone after scoring 52 runs from 26 balls. A really good knock from him. New Zealand are now 72 for 5 after 8.1 overs. So Mitchell Santner is the new batter to the crease. The captain of New Zealand making his way out to the middle. Running out of batters now. Only Jimmy Neesham left after this. If you need to learn a lesson or two as to how to outplay oppositions convincingly, I think you can't learn a better lesson than this Indian team. Absolutely finished this game, the most one-sided game actually. It's just looking absolutely one-sided at the moment. Third ball of the over. Oh, it goes through the batter, goes through the keeper, runs away for 4. Fortune for New Zealand there. 4 byes it is. Santner still not off the mark. They get a boundary, New Zealand. Only Jimmy Neesham left to come after this. After this, there's the bowlers. Quicker delivery, punched away by Santner again. It's in the gap. Deep point, and there's no one there who can stop it. It raced away for 4. Mitchell Santner gets off the mark with a boundary. Beautiful placement and timing. Last ball of the over, punched away again down the ground to long off. And that races away as he touched the boundary there. What has the fielder done? I think he stopped it. Whether his leg was touching the boundary or not, I'm not quite sure. But 3 runs completed by Mitchell Santner there to finish the over. So good over there from Varun Chakravarti. 11 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim Seifert. New Zealand are now 83 for 5 after 9 overs. So 11 overs left. 173 is the target. Only 5 wickets in hand. At least England gave a much better fight, I thought, in the run chase in the semi-final. New Zealand not even able to give that much effort. It's not easy to chase these kind of targets in T20 cricket. Even though England lost their semi-final, you need to really salute England for kind of effort they made in that run chase. Almost pulled it off there. Fantastic century from Jacob Bethel as well, if anyone remembers that semi-final. But that's all you can do against this Indian team. Sometimes you have to just accept reality as it is. It's very tough, very hard. That's flicked away again by Santner. Might push for 2 here, and they will get 2. Another couple of runs for Mitchell Santner. I need to give the credit where it's due. This particular Indian team has been very, very dominant. And nothing you can do as an opposition. Sometimes you have to only salute the caliber of this Indian team. That's all you can do. Because this Indian team have answers for everything. Even if I'm telling you, even if New Zealand had batted first today, they had scored around 220, 230. Still, India would have tried to chase it down. Such powerful batters. Just look at the top order of this Indian team. Abhishek Sharma is in form. Abhishek Sharma was not in the best of form in this tournament, but he came good in the final. Any day he can come to form. That is the important thing. Obviously, people kept on complaining that Abhishek Sharma was not scoring the runs, but come the big final, he has scored a half century. Sanju Samson last 3 knocks, 3 half centuries in a row. And then Ishan Kishan, another fantastic half century. Then you have Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, Tilak Verma. They are hitting sixes towards the end. You have Akshar Patel, who hasn't even batted. Akshar Patel hasn't even batted in the last few games. And still India have been outplaying the oppositions. So you cannot do anything. Like, people normally, they degrade these oppositions. They say, you know what, you are a choker. This team is a choker. That team is a choker. People tend to degrade the oppositions. But you should not forget, no one plays to lose a tournament or lose a match. No one plays to lose a match. But if the opposition is outplaying you, you cannot do anything. Those who are criticizing other teams, you need to go and play the game in that particular place and see how difficult it is to beat these oppositions. It's not as easy as people criticize, They criticize it to beyond a certain limit. It's very, very hard to digest. See another dot ball. We have no point in, we have no, if let India keep winning. I don't, no one has any problem in that. But don't degrade the oppositions who are losing, because it happens in the game. No one can do anything about it. It's in no one's control. Just need to accept that. Another single to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 88 for 5 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. So 10 more overs left, 168 more runs needed, I think, for India. Arshdeep Singh is back into the attack. Mitchell Santner is on strike. Could this be the most one-sided T20 World Cup finals ever? I'm not quite sure. It's driven down the ground by Mitchell Santner towards long on and picks up another single to start the over. New Zealand have already given up. You can see in their body language itself. They've already given up. They know that this target is just too much. Only if you play stick cricket, maybe you can chase down these kind of targets. 160 odd runs in 10 overs. It can be chased down in stick cricket. I think many of the viewers here, you might have played stick cricket in your childhood days. You can chase this kind of a target in stick cricket. That swung away by Mitchell, and that's all the way for 6. Slot ball from Arshdeep Singh, and Mitchell collects it and deposits it over deep mid wicket for his first maximum in this final. The third ball of the over coming up. Goes again. That's another big one. That's another huge one from Daryl Mitchell. All the way over deep mid wicket for another maximum. 100 comes up for New Zealand. 100 comes up in just 10.3 overs. It's all looking too little, too late for New Zealand, but getting some sixes here. I just want to say something though. Before this final had started, many Indian fans were saying that Ahmedabad is kind of a curse for the Indian team, it seems. Now what curse? You are giving other teams curse now. What curse are you talking about? Same Ahmedabad, you are continuing the curse of other teams. Why do you dare to complain when you lose one finals? I just want to ask Indian fans. What about the teams that are losing 15 to 20 finals? What will they think? How should they feel? I mean, the kind of drama which Indian fans create after losing one match, it can't be explained in words. Such sore losers I've never seen in my life actually. That's too wide outside the off stump from Arshdeep Singh. Has to reload that one again. Sore losers at their best. India are sore losers in cricket. That's driven away towards cover, straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. Ahmedabad was a Panoti ground, it seems. What Panoti? You're winning now. What Panoti? Please explain me what Panoti now. Absolute drama and all those things they will create. They only lost one final. They lost in that 2023 Men's ODI World Cup final. India lost against Australia. For losing that one final, they are talking about that final itself. What about the domination after that? How will other teams feel seeing India dominate like this? Others are also playing to win the tournament. They are not even able to beat India now. How will others feel? Why India complains after losing one tournament? Another dot ball here. 14 runs have come from this over. Still one ball left. Well, I think Arshdeep had a shy at the stumps there. I think he threw it back at Mitchell. I think he's hit Mitchell actually. When Arshdeep threw it back, Mitchell is not happy at something. He's having a conversation with Surya Kumar Yadav. Arshdeep, I think, shouldn't have done that. There was no necessity to hit Mitchell like that on the pads. Throwing it back at the batter. Mitchell is not happy at all. Surya Kumar Yadav is having to intervene. Umpire is having a discussion with Arshdeep Singh. You need to calm down here. You're winning the game. Why show aggression? Why showing aggression? Just continue the game. Play the game within the spirits. 14 runs from this over. Last ball of the over coming up. That's full again. Driven away by Mitchell towards covers. Picks up another single to finish the over. A really good over from Arshdeep Singh. I mean, I say good over. He conceded 2 sixes. But 15 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 103 for 5 after 11 overs. But that was unnecessary actually from Arshdeep Singh. He threw the ball back at Mitchell. It hit his knee, I think. What if the batters get injured? Calm down. You're just winning the game. Play it humbly. Why unnecessarily attacking the batters? This is not a physical sport by any means, I think. We've seen sports like football and kabaddi, all those sports where really physically you will get involved in the sport. But definitely cricket, I thought, is not a physical sport. It's only played between bat and ball. So you don't need to harm the batters or harm the bowlers in that sense. Varun Chakravarti now into his third over. It's all done, I think. Just need to complete the formality from India's side. Daryl Mitchell is on strike. Required run rate has already gone up to 17. But I liked how Surya Kumar Yadav went and apologized to Daryl Mitchell instantly, because you are winning the World Cup, but you don't need to disrespect any opposition. You don't need to attack the opposition. I guess Indians can do that much at least. Respect the opposition. It's your time now. You are dominating, but I don't think you should be disrespecting the opposition. We have seen it so many times where even the Indian broadcasters have been disrespecting the oppositions. I think they need to calm down a little bit actually. They need to calm down a little bit, because nothing lasts forever. Everything will keep on changing. So when it's your time, please learn to be humble and grounded. Don't be aggressive at the opposition. 9 overs left, 153 more runs needed for victory. For New Zealand, it's impossible. Just gonna enjoy their batting, that is for sure. So Varun Chakravarti now into his third over. Daryl Mitchell is on strike. That swung away leg side towards deep mid wicket, and Daryl Mitchell picks up another single. Required run rate is 17.21. Goes for a big shot outside edge towards short third man. Mitchell Santner picks up another single. But I think India just deserved this T20 World Cup just because of the way they have outplayed the oppositions. But I think in this cycle of ICC events, I think this is the last ICC event that is happening in India, at least for now, because the next 50 over World Cup will be happening in South Africa. Then the next 2020 World Cup, men's 2020 World Cup, next World Cup will be happening in Australia and New Zealand. So New Zealand will have the home advantage in the next T20 World Cup. So maybe they can try to go all the way in that World Cup, considering that they are reaching semi-finals and finals consistently. They also deserve a title, that is for sure. Down the ground from Santner, he's got it, that one, he's got that all the way. Clears long off. Long off is just a spectator. Sails over long off's head. Another maximum here. Beautiful use of the feet from Mitchell Santner. Picks up another maximum. He's gone again, that's high and that's handsome. All the way for 6 over long on. So Mitchell Santner, he is a good hitter of the ball, alright. There are 2 maximums, 2 sixes in a row. That's punched down the ground again to long off, and Santner picks up another single to finish the over. Expensive over though from Varun Chakravarti. 16 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 119 for 5 after 12 overs. So Akshar Patel is back into the attack into his 3rd over. Coming around the wicket to Santner. In fact, over the wicket to Santner, that's driven away. Good fielding at point. And he picks up another single to start the over. Daryl Mitchell. Has he taken the single? He didn't take the single, I think. Oh, that's gone through. That's gone through that fielder at point and into the boundary for 4. Sloppy work there from Hardik Pandya at point. And Mitchell Santner picks up another boundary. 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 51 from 25 balls. That's a quicker delivery. Santner flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. I think the catch was put down there actually from Hardik Pandya. Daryl Mitchell is back on strike. Goes for the sweep, unable to make contact on that one. Another dot ball from Akshar Patel. We have seen many good matches in this T20 World Cup so far. Full toss, Mitchell goes big, holds out at deep mid wicket. Another one goes. There's been that kind of day for New Zealand. Nothing has gone their way. Everything has gone India's way right from the start of this match. They have not put a foot wrong in this tournament, in this match, in any match so far. 6th wicket goes down for New Zealand, and India almost there, bringing it home for their own country. 2 T20 World Cup titles in a row in the making. So Daryl Mitchell is gone after scoring 17 runs from 11 balls, and New Zealand are now 124 for 6 after 12.5 overs. Well, right at the start of this tournament, India had said that they are going to repeat history, they are going to defeat history. Certainly living up to their words, no doubt about that. They are just 4 wickets away from repeating history and defeating history. The first home team to win a T20 World Cup. The first team to defend their T20 World Cup title. The first team to win the men's T20 World Cup 3 times in a row. 3 times. Jimmy Neesham sweeps it away for 4. Gets off the mark with a boundary. Ends the over with a boundary as well. So 9 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Daryl Mitchell, and New Zealand are now 128 for 6 after 13 overs. Well, when you look at this Indian team, I don't know whether you remember shades of the Australian team in the 2000s. If anyone remembers, Australia did win 3 ODI World Cups in a row. They won the World Cup in 1999, they won the World Cup in 2003, they won the World Cup in 2007, and we all thought that Australian team was something else. And this Indian T20 team is not far away from matching that domination. Now this Indian team is becoming the first team to win 2 T20 World Cup titles in a row. So definitely I think the kind of domination that India and Australia have shown in this game is unmatched, to be honest. As they have gone for the review, I think appeal for LBW was there. Umpire said not out. Mitchell Santner. Doesn't appear to be any bat involved. No bat involved. We'll move to ball tracking. It's been such a relaxed final as far as India are concerned. There's no doubt about that. No pressure at all. It's just gone only one way so far. I think there was just a minor twist in the middle of the game where during India's innings, Jimmy Neesham picked up 3 wickets in 1 over and we all thought, okay, maybe this game is trying to turn. But nothing. As pitching outside leg, so it will be not out. So India have lost a review, but it doesn't matter anyways. They just went for it. Decision will remain as not out. Sometimes I imagine what would have happened if Australia didn't defeat this Indian team in the 2023 World Cup final. India would have had 4 World Cups in a row. They would have had 2 T20 World Cups and they would have had ODI World Cup as well. That's pulled away by Santner towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single. I mean, the way Australia defeated that Indian team, I think only Australia could do that to India, in all honesty. Pat Cummins and Travis Head, what a knock he played. I want to go back to that final actually. It was an amazing performance from Australia to defeat this Indian team who are unbeaten till the final, even in that tournament. 10 wins in a row till the semi-final, they lost the final. But ever since then, India haven't dropped a white ball tournament so far. Although people in India always keep on saying that World Cup was heartbreaking, you will always have heartbreaks. You can't win 10 ICC tournaments in a row. No team can win. Even the Australian team of 2000s, even they didn't win 10 ICC tournaments in a row. You want to look back at West Indies as well, at the start of all these World Cups. Even they didn't win 10 ICC tournaments in a row. So even those teams will lose at some point. So you need to learn to lose as well. But I think during that time, India were going through a drought as well. From 2013 till 2024, they didn't win any ICC tournament. So maybe that became an issue for them. But to compensate for that, they have won. They are now winning 3 in a row. So the domination has been at another level. The 3 runs from this over so far. Still 3 balls left. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Jimmy Neesham is back on strike. Santner is back on strike. That's flicked away again by Santner down towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. So the Indian fans now has already started to celebrate. They're almost there. Required run rate has gone up to 19.58. It's been very, very one-sided. New Zealand unfortunately not able to do anything at all. That's pulled away again by Neesham towards deep mid wicket again. Picks up another single. The 5 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. Surya Kumar Yadav, what a legendary captain. I really salute to him. He has been absolutely brilliant captaining this Indian team. Won the Asia Cup, now winning this World Cup. Completely outplaying all the oppositions. Just at 1 loss against South Africa in the start of the Super 8. But apart from that, it has been a clean performance. Absolutely clean. Demolition job of the highest order from India. As we come to the end of another over here. 6 runs came from that over and New Zealand are now 134 for 6 after 14 overs. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So India now just need to complete the formalities. Long way away this target. Last recognized batting pair at the crease for New Zealand. India have just done a demolition job. Demolition of the highest order. Just been poles apart from the other teams, has to be said. Third T20 World Cup title, back-to-back T20 World Cup titles. They have absolutely lived up to what they had promised before the tournament. History repeat karenge, history defeat karenge. That is exactly what they are doing now. Arshdeep Singh back into the attack, into his 3rd over. Obviously, this T20 World Cup has been a really good T20 World Cup, but unfortunately, I mean, the semi-finals and finals has been a little one-sided, in all honesty. New Zealand just stormed over South Africa in the semi-finals, and India 253 against England, and now 255 in the final. So it's been a mismatch kind of a thing as far as India and other teams are concerned in this to win this particular T20 World Cup. Just that one loss against South Africa, I really need to salute South Africa for defeating this Indian team in this tournament. That was only loss, so there was only defeat for Indian team, and many people thought that India won't even make it to the semi-final after that, but here they are now, having almost won the T20 World Cup for the consecutive time here. Arshdeep Singh gives himself, Santner gives himself room, lets it go, another dot ball to start the over. Yeah, that is what I was saying actually, like Australian team of the 2000s and West Indies team, the starting of the One Day International World Cup. But even the West Indies won the first two One Day International World Cups. The third one they lost against India, 1983. Anyone remembers? Goes for a drive again, a little bit of an edge towards short third. Man, Shahid, the stumps could have been out. Another dot ball though. And then Australia also won 3 One Day World Cups in a row. And now India winning 2 T20 World Cups in a row. So, I mean, West Indies now is not at the same level like what they were before. But India and Australia are still the most competitive teams in as far as cricket is concerned. So 4 more deliveries left in this over. Third ball of the over coming up. That's full again. Goes down the ground. Long on comes around. Arshdeep Singh. Mitchell Santner picks up another single. Very one-sided final though. Thought it could be a close match. New Zealand could have provided some fight at least. I just couldn't understand the strategy where New Zealand dropped Cole McConkie and they brought in Jacob Duffy for this final, because Duffy hasn't been that great in Indian conditions. He's been taken to the cleaners. So particularly when Cole McConkie has provided you 2 breakthroughs. That's a wide down the leg side from Arshdeep Singh. Cole McConkie actually did really well in that semi-final. Bowled 1 over, picked up those 2 wickets. He picked up the wicket of Quinton de Kock, picked up the wicket of Ryan Rickleton. So really we thought that McConkie should have played in this game. But instead they dropped McConkie and they brought in Jacob Duffy, and well, the rest is history, as they say. He was completely demolished, completely outplayed. Another wide from Arshdeep Singh. Back-to-back wides. Has to reload that one again and once again. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Well, required run rate has gone up to 21.64 now. Don't even know why I'm speaking about the required run rate. Nowhere close to the target. Oh, another good Yorker there. Jimmy Neesham getting hit on the foot. Looking to flick it away. Very tough to go after Arshdeep Singh at this stage of the innings. He bowls those Yorkers very accurately. Another dot ball here. So just 3 runs coming from this over, still 2 balls left. Well played to the Indian team. So close now to winning another T20 World Cup. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Another Yorker flicked away again by Neesham. towards deep mid wicket. Good fielding at deep mid wicket. And Nisham picks up another couple of runs. The last ball of the over coming up. Oh, another fantastic Yorker. That's that kind of accuracy from Arshdeep Singh. Another dot ball to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over. And New Zealand are now 139 for 6 after 15 overs. Well, there's 5 overs left. It's almost done, this final. Jasprit Bumrah bowling the 16th over. And Mitchell Santner ducks underneath it. It's given as a wide. Bumrah has to reload that one again. New Zealand themselves have given this up. New Zealand themselves know that they cannot chase this target down now. It's just over almost. Second ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's driven again by Santner towards covers. Not the dot ball. I think a slow ball, from Bumrah. The required run rate is 24 now. Why am I even talking about the required run rate? Anyways, New Zealand are not going to chase it. Why talk about the required run rate? That's gone leg side towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single. Just normally watching the game now. The required New Zealand are not going to chase this. Just having fun. Maybe try and bat out the overs without getting bowled out. Oh, he's bowled him. Another one goes. Big swing and miss from Jimmy Neesham. You miss, I hit, says Jasprit Bumrah. Picks up another wicket here. And that just sums up the day for New Zealand. 7th wicket down. Neesham just hit a boundary but couldn't quite get going. I think it was a slow ball there from Jasprit Bumrah hitting the base of middle stump. And India just 3 wickets away from winning this T20 World Cup. Jasprit Bumrah picks up his 2nd wicket of the day. Jimmy Neesham is gone after scoring 8 runs from 7 balls, and New Zealand are now 141 for 7 after 15.3 overs. So Matt Henry is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand. Down to the tail-enders now. Matt Henry can play some shots, but not regarded as a big batter of any sort. Oh, he's bowled him again. Another dipping Yorker hits the base of off stump. Jasprit Bumrah gets 2 in 2. He's on a hat trick as well. Matt Henry comes. Matt Henry goes. Can we see a hat trick in this T20 World Cup final now? Jasprit Bumrah is on a hat trick. Henry is on his way. 2 wickets away from winning this, India. A dipping Yorker crashing into off stump. Jasprit Bumrah picks up his 3rd wicket. He's on a hat trick. Matt Henry is out for a golden duck. New Zealand are 141 for 8 after 15.4 overs. So Lockie Ferguson is the new batter to the crease for New Zealand. Jasprit Bumrah is on a hat trick. Hat trick ball coming up. Can we see a hat trick in this final here? The Jasprit Bumrah can certainly do it. Lockie Ferguson on strike. Here's the hat trick ball. Oh, another fantastic Yorker. Ferguson gets bat on it and gets off the mark with a single. So 3 runs have come from this over, including 2 wickets. Mitchell Santner is back on strike. Last ball of the over coming up. That's a full toss. Santner hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to finish the over. 4 runs came from that over, including 2 wickets. And New Zealand are now 143 for 8 after 16 overs. So Arshdeep Singh bowling the 17th over. Brilliantly bowled. Santner hits it down the ground. Doesn't take the single. I don't know what he's denying singles for now. It's anyways the game is gone. Might as well take singles. I don't know why he doesn't want to take the singles now. Required run rate is 29.48. India are almost there. They have broken their Ahmedabad curse as well. If there was any curse at all, that curse has been broken by India. That's a wide down the leg side, is it? Yes, it is. Given as a wide by the umpire. So Arshdeep Singh has to reload that one again. That's full again, driven down the ground by Santner towards long off and picks up another single. This time around, Santner took the single there. Lockie Ferguson is back on strike. Round the wicket, Arshdeep. That's full again, driven towards covers. Another dot ball here. from Arshdeep Singh. Three more deliveries left in this over. Full toss down the ground from Ferguson towards long off and picks up another single. Full toss swung away by Santner. It's in the gap. 4 more. Beats long on. Into the boundary for 4. 150 comes up for New Zealand. 150 comes up in 16.5 overs. Boundary there from Santner. Oh, that's too wide. Too wide from Arshdeep Singh. Has to reload that one again. The last ball of the over coming up. That's on the pads, flicked away by Santner. Down the ground to long on for another single to finish that over. So 9 runs came from that over, and New Zealand are now 152 for 8 after 17 overs. So Jasprit Bumrah now bowling the 18th over. Coming over the wicket to Santner. Oh, Santner swings and misses. That's the game. That's the championship. Mathematically, it's done for New Zealand. Gautam Gambhir, Surya Kumar Yadav. What a management. What a combination this has been. Going to win the T20 World Cup for the 3rd time. So mathematically also impossible now. That's driven away again towards points. Another dot ball. Winning the World Cup for the 3rd time. 2007, 2024, now 2026. 3rd time T20 World Cup winners. Back-to-back T20 World Cup winners now. India. And thoroughly deserved actually. Massively better than all the other teams. Bowled him. There's another. Santner has to go. 9th wicket goes down. Another fantastic Yorker. Just Jasprit Bumrah things, as you can say. 4th wicket for him. He just does his things quietly, doesn't he? 4 for 13 in his 3.3 overs. Cleans up Santner and cleans up New Zealand as well. Mitchell Santner tried his best. Too much to do. New Zealand were never in this run chase. and just succumbed to the pressure exerted by India. So the 9th wicket goes down here. Mitchell Santner is gone after scoring 43 runs from 35 balls, and New Zealand are now 152 for 9 after 17.3 overs. So Jacob Duffy is the last batter to the crease for New Zealand. The required run rate is 41.60, if you don't mind. It's almost done here. Here comes Bumrah again. Can New Zealand at least play out 20 overs? Full toss flicked away by Duffy towards deep mid wicket and gets off the mark with a single. Lockie Ferguson is back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Even after the first innings, it was almost done that it was almost a known fact that India are going to win this game. New Zealand were never even close in this run chase. That's another full delivery. Flicked away again, leg side towards deep mid wicket. Lockie Ferguson picks up another single. So it's done now fully. I have to feel for New Zealand though. Yet another final, yet another defeat. But you cannot do anything when you come up against the quality of this kind of an Indian team. I think this Indian team will go down in history as one of the best ever T20 team assembled in the history of men's T20 World Cups. Even if you look at the previous T20 World Cup winners, I don't think they would have been that daunting like how this Indian team has been. So definitely I think this Indian team will have a special place in history, because the way they have outplayed the opposition, the way they have closed out, they have demolished the oppositions. I think no one can do anything. I mean, I myself was saying actually at the innings break, this Indian team has to play against God. They deserve to play against the ultimate gods. Only maybe then they can get challenged, but humans can't play against this Indian team, has to be said. And they have proved it. So they are the deserved champions. The New Zealand are now 154 for 9 after 18 overs. 2 more overs left. Abhishek Sharma is the new bowler into the attack for India. And Ferguson comes down the wicket, hits it down the ground to long on, picks up another single to start the over. So time for India and Surya Kumar Yadav to just play around their bowlers, have some fun. Even I can go and bowl at this stage, actually, and this kind of a situation. Second ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket again. Duffy hits it down the ground to long off, picks up another single. It's high on the bat, down the ground, towards long on, and Lockie Ferguson picks up another single. Jacob Duffy is back on strike. Goes down the ground, straight down the ground, long on coming around. Does well. Duffy picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's driven again by Lockie Ferguson towards covers and picks up another single. 5 singles in this over from Abhishek Sharma. They're all getting ready to celebrate now, Indian team. Last ball of the over. Duffy goes down the ground, long on, takes it on the boundary, comes back and completes the catch, and that is it, I think. That is it. India, the champions of the men's T20 World Cup of 2026. It is over. Last wicket has fallen. Back-to-back T20 World Cups. And they were just poles ahead of every other team in this competition. There's no doubt about that. 96-run win for India, completely and thoroughly outplayed the opposition today on this big day. Batted first, they were put into bat. New Zealand won the toss, elected to bowl first, and India posted a mammoth total of 255 for 5 on the board. And after they posted that total of 255, it was almost a foregone conclusion that India were going to win this title, because even England tried so hard to come close in the semi-final, but they just couldn't cross the line in the previous game. It was going to be a Herculean task for New Zealand to even come close to this target, and in the end New Zealand weren't even close to the target. So India are the champions once again. What a tournament this has been. Obviously a very one-sided final in all honesty, but can't do much about it. India have been the better team, and it is their World Cup. Completely thoroughly outplayed the opposition in all three departments. The celebrations begin. They suffered a heartbreak at this same venue in the 2023 ODI World Cup against Australia. The final, they lost it after coming to the final unbeaten. And if you want to say they have got their redemption, they have got their redemption at Ahmedabad. If there was any redemption left only, they have got it. So the first team in history to win back-to-back T20 World Cups, and that is India now. And before the start of this tournament, they had promised, there were many advertisements stating that they will repeat history, they will defeat history, and they have indeed now. 8th March 2026, they have defeated history, they have repeated history. That is what has to be said. The first home team to win a T20 World Cup on home soil is this Indian team in 2026. The first team to win back-to-back T20 World Cup titles, this Indian team in 2026. And then the first team to win the T20 World Cup 3 times also belongs to this Indian team now. They have indeed done the most special thing that any team could ever dream of doing. That has been simply phenomenal from this Indian team. There's no doubt about that. Credit has to be given to the batters. They were doing this even before the start of this tournament. If anyone had seen that bilateral series between India and New Zealand, that 5-match T20 series, this is exactly what India was doing. Bat first, post 250, post 270, and completely outbat the opposition out of the game. And that is what they were doing. That is what they have done in this T20 World Cup. It doesn't matter whether it's a semi-final, doesn't matter whether it's a final. They just do their things, and that is what they have done. Well, I think this World Cup win will taste even sweeter than the 2024 win, because in 2024, South Africa needed 30 runs to win from 30 balls at one stage, and from there they couldn't cross the line, and that is why India won that final. They almost lost that 2024 finals, but this particular T20 World Cup final, though, thoroughly and comprehensively outplayed the opposition today. Just never gave any chance to the opposition, and it is done eventually. So a massive 96-run win for India, and deserved champions, no doubt about that. Bumrah, the pick of the bowlers once again. Unfortunately though for New Zealand, don't know what happened to them. Actually, they could have at least given a decent fight in the run chase. They didn't even do that. Tim Seifert scored 52 from 26 balls with 2 boundaries and 5 sixers at a strike rate of 200. Finn Allen out for single digits. Rachin Ravindra out for single digits. Glenn Phillips out for single digits. Mark Chapman out for single digits. Daryl Mitchell played a decent knock of 17 from 11 balls. Mitchell Santner tried something, scored 43 from 35, but only 3 batters getting to double digits in the New Zealand innings, and that really sums it up. So, hard luck to New Zealand, another defeat in the final, but you cannot do much when the oppositions outplay you like this. I just had a feeling that they shouldn't have dropped Cole McConkie for this particular game, because Jacob Duffy was brought into this final. He didn't do much with the ball today. So they could have gone with Cole McConkie. He provided those breakthroughs in the semi-final. Don't know why he was benched today. but you cannot do anything. New Zealand, hard luck to them, hard luck to all the other teams. But India here are the champions of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026, the third time T20 World Cup champions. India now have become the most successful team in Men's T20 World Cup history as well, because now they have won. They are the first team to win the T20 World Cup 3 times. So it has indeed been an outstanding performance on home soil. India have shown why they are the team to beat in their own home conditions when it comes to T20 cricket. That is for sure. So India are the champions of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. I hope you all enjoyed our coverage of this entire ICC Men's T20 World Cup. It's been a roller coaster ride of a T20 World Cup, has to be said. So many shocking upsets as well. Australia getting eliminated in the first round of the tournament was a massive upset which happened. And then West Indies, they really punched above their weight. They defeated England. They came to the Super 8. I think Sri Lanka disappointed a lot actually. They could have done a little bit more. Sri Lanka were the team that defeated Australia and eliminated them from this tournament. But when they came to the Super 8, they couldn't repeat that performance. They succumbed against England and New Zealand and they went out of the tournament. Unfortunately, Zimbabwe actually played really well. The only team to chase down 179 at the R. Premadasa Stadium in this particular tournament. Fantastic run chase that was. Zimbabwe defeated Australia, Sri Lanka. They came through to the Super 8, topping that table. That was another fantastic moment. But unfortunately though for Zimbabwe, I think the Super 8 was a little too much to handle for them. So we have already had plenty of proud moments. That double super over between South Africa and Afghanistan as well. So indeed it has been a fantastic T20 World Cup. But India emerging victorious once again. Back-to-back T20 World Cup titles for India. So we'll be back again with more cricket matches on our channel. The IPL will be starting in another 20 days time. I know for a fact that we are going to see similar kind of scores in the IPL. I think I'm predicting that this year's IPL will be one of the most high scoring IPLs of all time. That is what I am expecting, because we're batting friendly conditions. Definitely these kind of totals 240, 250 will always be a regular affair. So we'll be back again to cover more cricket matches in our channel. We come to the end of the coverage of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. So please like, share and subscribe to our channel, Runs and Views. Take care guys. Indian fans, celebrate hard and have a good night.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.